In the history of the music industry, there are stars, there are icons, and then there is the infrastructure. As we sit here in December 2025, the world is witnessing something that has never happened before. A single artist has transitioned from being a performer to becoming a sovereign nation-state of media. Now, Taylor Swift is currently valued at $1.6 billion. But if you think the end of the Eras Tour was the finale, you aren't looking at the balance sheet. While the headlines focus on her past hits, Taylor is quietly executing a multi-phase master plan to push her net worth to $2.1 billion by 2026. This isn't just about music anymore. It's about the total ownership of a cultural economy. Phase 1 of this blueprint is the pivot from high-intensity labor to high-margin intellectual property. For the last 2 years, Taylor has been on the road, physically performing for 3 hours a night. It's effective, sure, but it's exhausting. The new era? It's about Hollywood, in the director's chair. Her feature-length directorial debut with Searchlight Pictures isn't a side project. It's a structural shift. By moving into film direction and production, she is following the Hello Sunshine model. She is no longer just the talent being hired by a studio. She is the studio. Think about it. When you own the script, the camera, and the distribution, you keep the lion's share of the profits. This move alone could value a potential production house in the hundreds of millions. And look at what's happening right now on Disney+. The docuseries, The End of an Era, and the final concert film aren't just content for fans. They are high-value licensing assets with nearly zero overhead. Once the tour is over, the physical costs disappear, but the digital revenue, it just keeps scaling. These deals provide the kind of recurring revenue usually reserved for tech giants, not pop stars. But the real Grand Slam happens in 2026. Next year marks the 20th anniversary of her debut album, and industry insiders are already bracing for the release of Debut, Taylor's version. This isn't just another re-recording, it is the final piece of the puzzle. Once this drops, Taylor will officially own every single note of her life's work. Her music catalog is currently valued at over $600 million, but as a fully owned, unified asset, that valuation is going to skyrocket. She has effectively devalued her enemies' holdings to zero, while making her own versions the global gold standard for licensing and streaming. Then, we have the cottage industry of physical retail. Her late 2025 album, The Life of a Showgirl, was a retail masterclass. By using limited edition vinyls and exclusive physical collectibles as gateways, she created a direct-to-consumer ecosystem that bypasses traditional retail cuts. When Taylor sells a sweatshirt or a vinyl, the profit margins are astronomical because she owns the entire supply chain through Taylor Swift Productions, Inc. Finally, look at the land. With a real estate portfolio already exceeding $150 million, stretching from the hills of Beverly Hills to the coast of Rhode Island, she is positioned to move from residential holdings into high-yield commercial development. This is the classic path of the ultra-high net worth individual, using liquid cash from entertainment to build a permanent empire of brick and mortar. So, as we look toward 2026, the question isn't whether Taylor Swift will remain a star. The question is, who can stop a woman who has turned her life story into a $2 billion sovereign legacy. She didn't just change the game, she bought the league. Ask yourself, who owns your story right now? Taylor didn't wait for permission to be powerful. She declared sovereignty. If you're ready to stop letting others define you and start owning your legacy, it's time to pay attention. Your era, it isn't up for sale. Subscribe to Global Persona Hub, and let's build your empire.